Alright, we're going to make our own chicken nuggets. Right there, I've got cooked chicken, 175 grams. I got my mini chopper. Whoops. Good thing I just cleaned that stove. Doesn't matter, it's all getting baked anyway. So that goes in there. We're just going to chop. Alright, so we open that sucker up. That does a really nice job of mincing that. You should be able to see there, really nicely minced chicken. Smells great. Now, the recipe that I started out with says to use 1.5 slices of whole wheat bread. I weighed out these this 1.5 slice of my bread. It's about 85 grams, and I'm just going to take that apart like this, stick it in there, and then I'm going to mince that up as well. I made these last night. I think I used a bit more bread, but this will be okay because I think the ones I made last night were a little bit too bready. So that's about 85 grams. We stick that in there. Make some wonderful breadcrumbs. Look at that. Just perfect breadcrumbs. Look at that. So that's in there. Now the recipe I was dealing with wants chicken broth and egg. I'll get the egg in a second. There's my home canned chicken broth. The recipe didn't say anything about fat, but I think after making it last night it needs some fat. So I'm just going to take the fat off the top of the chicken broth there. That's some chicken fat. Mix it right in there. That's probably not even enough, to be honest. And I probably should have put that in with the other egg and stuff and mixed it up rather than putting it in there. I'm going to redo that, I think. Okay, so, and I'll just set that aside. You use the broth at the end, and we certainly won't use anywhere near all of that. Yeah, so I'm actually going to take that fat out of there. Doesn't matter that there's a little bit of stuff on it there. And I'm going to put it in here. And I'm going to whip it up with the egg. And a little bit of this is what I should have done in the first place. Alright, 1 egg. Going right in there. With the fat. And actually, as I mentioned, I could go open another jar of chicken fat, which I don't want to. I've got jars of just chicken fat, and I don't want to open another jar that I'll only use a bit from. So I'm just going to put just a drizzle of olive oil in there. That's about a teaspoon. I think total you want about a tablespoon of oil. Based on the batch that I made last night and the results, you want about a tablespoon of oil, and that's what I have. Mine's about 2 teaspoons of chicken fat and about a teaspoon of olive oil. 3 teaspoons make a tablespoon. Alright, so now we've got our herbs and spices going in there. I'm going to do some pepper. Just do what you want, basically. And depending on who you're doing it for, this is for the boys. So even things like, I got some thyme in there, some other stuff, even those things, I want to do them up in the pestle and mortar into a powder, because if they see a little green piece of something, they're going to balk about it. So I'm going to put about, I don't know, that's about 12 or 15 peppercorns in there. And thyme, you can't have too much thyme with chicken. I don't know, that's about 1/4 teaspoon. And a little bit of rosemary goes nice with that as well. I would say half as much rosemary as thyme. And some parsley. I find this dried parsley has no flavor to it at all, for the most part. I just put it in there for the heck of it. And a little bit of savory, because I'm from Nova Scotia and you gotta have savory. About the same amount as the thyme. No, about the same amount as the rosemary. and a little bit of oregano. Throw that in there, and we're just going to go at it with the pestle and mortar. Notice we haven't gotten to our salt yet. I probably should have done the don't need that little inside one. I probably should have done the pepper first before adding the other stuff, but oh well, too late now. Grind it all up into a nice little powder here. And it's looking pretty good. It's coming out nice into a really nice powder. There we go. Alright. Oh yeah, that smells really nice. So in there that goes. All of that stuff. And where is my salt?